To build a proactive culture, we've got to work on providing an honest appraisal. You don't want people functioning on misinformation and rumour and social aggravation building. You want people having the right information from the horse's mouth. Providing an accurate appraisal. Don't give people platitudes in place of honest information. And give people a clear role in producing change. JFK did this really successfully. In his short presidency, one of the things he did do was allay the fears of a very, almost paranoid America. In his inaugural speech, he faced an America that was fearful of Soviet expansionism, fearful of the communist threat within in the McCarthyist fashion. And he was able to steer those fears, able to allay those fears, distract people from their fears by giving them a thing called the Peace Corps. By declaring, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And then giving them the strategic possibility to produce the kind of change he and they wanted to see. Articulate leadership is opening up decision making. I learned this the hard way because I lived in Copenhagen, Denmark for 10 years. And their approach to leadership is, shall we say, somewhat different to ours. They have a tribal approach, which means consensus building on everything. So if we want to make a decision on the shape of the coffee room in our office building, we have to build consensus over a period of weeks or sometimes even months just to get to the point where we know what kind of seats we'll have in the coffee room. And that can be very slow, of course, in steering a company through a difficult time. But the one advantage is when people help make the decision, they're much more loyal to it. They have that sense of ownership. This gentleman here, Sir John Hegarty, owns one of the biggest advertising companies in Britain, BBH Advertising. It's not a small business. It's quite a large business. Last year, he faced in recession the need to cut expenditure by a large amount. And rather than making heavy cuts in just one field, one area of the company, he decided to offer everybody a few days extra holiday in response or in exchange for a 3.5% pay cut. But here's the clincher. He said, we're not doing anything unless everybody, that is everybody, is on board with the decision. Amazing thing was, even though for the guy at the bottom of the pay ladder, 3.5% meant a lot more than it did for Sir John Hegarty, everybody agreed. Everybody signed on. And as a result, people have remained incredibly loyal to that decision. Now, I know and you know that a lot of leadership is unilateral. You have to make decisions quickly. You don't have always the time to build consensus. But even then, you can explain the decision. You can explain it in ways people can understand. You can open up and empathize with those who are affected.